Welcome to Tagata Pasifika. There's a general belief in our Pacific communities that we take care of our parents, our grandparents. We don't put them into a home. But is that changing given that we are living longer and working harder? Do we provide the best care for our older folk? In this special program, we address the notion of elderly care and what is the Pacific thing to do.
We look after our parents in their older ages, so that's there. And I don't think there's anyone of us who want to relinquish their responsibility.
Our people are living longer, but they're living with more health conditions.
Pacific people are not big on talking about rights, but we have been promoting their rights, so it is a call for them to feel all right about saying no to certain things.
Andrew and his wife Frances Crooks are soaking up the Tokoroa sun on their days off. It's nice, but it hasn't always been the case. Andrew weathered some tumultuous storms with some of his 6 siblings when he decided to put his beloved mother Tata into a rest home.
I remember that day vividly, March the 20th it was, and I'd actually planned to take her into the home, I think it was on March the 18th, and I was so scared and I didn't know what to do, and I, going to take your mother into this facility, and it's a secure facility for the dementia patients in it, and I went back to the doctors. I said, oh listen mate, I don't think I can do it. I don't think I can take my mum, and I don't have the courage. Here I am, the biggest I got a rugby dog, and I couldn't do that to my mum, the Queen, and but I knew I had to do it.
Mama Crooks was diagnosed with Alzheimer's over 5 years ago. Andrew didn't know anything was wrong at the time, but after his stepfather died in 2007, he started to notice things weren't the same with his mum.
After that occasion, everyone left to go back to their homes, and I stayed to tidy up and sort all the issues out with the funeral, and then I was here for 2 weeks, and then I realised my mum was not well. She'd go downtown and buy a kilogram of carrots, come home, walk around the house, and then go back downtown and buy another kilogram of carrots. The trouble with mum, when she walked, she'd been in town for 50-something years, and she was getting lost. And so once she started getting, that very first time she started getting lost, that hit home to me that we need to do something.
It got so bad, doctors told Andrew his mum needed full-time care, so he went through the necessary assessments. With the help of the local Alzheimer's support group, he decided it was the right thing, and he had the legal backing.
I know my mum, when she made me power of attorney, her and my dad, my stepfather, when they made me that and to look after the house and things like that, I know they did it for a reason, because they know that I will do what's right for them. They know I will not let them down. In hindsight, man, that was the best thing they ever did for themselves, and in the end day for me, because it helped me make my decisions that other people didn't like.
So Andrew put his mother in a rest home in Tokoroa 5 years ago. Today Tata is happy, healthy and well cared for. Do you like the home that you live in here?
Yes, I really appreciate it, because doctors are all good. They come and look after all of us patients. Sometimes the patients think it's me they were following around, but I said no, they just want to do the same to others. Yeah, so they've been very good. Yeah.
And Andrew's been a good son to you?
Yes.
Oh, drives me to drink sometimes.
He is pulled.
It was hard, but things have settled now. But it took Andrew a hell of a lot to get to this point.
One morning I got up and, Mum, come on, we're going to go for a drive. And she, where are we going? Oh, we've got to go up to the hospital. And she said, what? I said, oh, you're going to go up to the hospital for an x-ray. So I told her. And she goes, oh, those bloody doctors, And she hops in the car and we drove up. And instead of driving to the hospital, I drove the back way up to the home up there. And she goes, oh, what are we doing here, Andrew? And I said, oh, got to go for an x-ray down the room down there. So we got her in there, and all I wanted to do in there was just run. Once I got her in there, I just wanted to run.
He didn't, but the hardest part was still to come. He had to tell his mum why she was there.
I had to tell her, Mum, I'm sorry, you have to stay here. And then that's when the old swearing started again, and she was going to smash all the windows and the doors, get out, and just told me to take her home. And And I was just a wreck, you know. After about 2 hours of blooming crying, whatever, and feeling sorry for myself, I rang up my daughter, my girl. Yeah, come over home and pack your nan some clothes. she's up at the home, you know, and Dad, you finally done it, you know. Yes, my daughter, so she's all done. That was all cool. And then I got the courage to ring up the rest of the family to say that our mother's now in the home, and we had we had a lot of loving support, but we also had a lot of anger with some of our family members, and that was cool. You know, that's cool. I can handle that.
Andrew wasn't supposed to see his mother for 4 weeks to allow her time to get used to her surroundings. He lasted 2 days.
I bowled on in there and I seen my mum, and she looked at me, and it was quite humbling, because she looked at me and she says, "It's all right, Andrew," you know, and that really broke my heart, you know. Wow, you know, and I gave her a kiss, gave her the thing, and she goes, "No, it's all right, Andrew." She's always told me that, and in my upbringing, and even after our father died, that you know, she's lived her life, and she doesn't want us to give up our lives. As long as my mother's smiling, man, I don't care. I can argue with the whole world, but I know my mother is at peace with herself.
Andrew loves the Victoria Place rest home for his mother. She's close by and he's always visiting and takes her out. And he doesn't have any issue with the care she's getting there.
Do you get that from people that say,
yes.
you know, there's nothing wrong with Mum?
A lot of people say that with not that she's okay, you know, that she's cool and that, but unless you live all the time, that you'll understand, and that, you know, we love her to bits all the time, you know, and she's in a good place. The home looks after her really well, and it's nice. Hey, Mum?
Yeah.
She's been in the home for 5 years, and you know, she always, every now and then, you know, you say, she'll go, "Andrew, how old am I?" You know, "Mum, you're 83. You know, she goes, "Wow," you know, big smile on her face. "Haven't I done well?" You know, and that's the reality. She's done well, and we love her for it, you know. And she's still here the way she's going. She might be there till 93, who knows? But we'll be here. We'll be here with her, and pretty sure all the rest of the family, they're all here for her as well.
When we come back, one family's decision to look after their elderly mum at home.